Hi, Duane Henry Hoefer Lyon, the People's Poet, Art Chat, Part 5. I'm going to talk a little bit about pop bottle art, not to be confused with pop art. Here's a picture of me recently reading on open mic night where I met the poet laureate of Missouri. She's a professor at a college, a wonderful lady, appointed by former Governor Jay Nixon, only the fourth person in Missouri ever appointed poet laureate, and the very first woman right in time for Mother's Day. So I so enjoyed my personal time with her and learned a lot from her. All right, let's talk about pop bottles for a moment. Who would like, this is from the 70s, Bottle of Joy. Bottle of Joy. What teenager wouldn't love that bottle? It's still full. Most of mine are empty because I don't like murky looking soda. Here's LOL from the 70s, Pepsi. It's still full. Like that. Now, here's two of a set of 6. I bought these in Canada. They never made it to America. Million different designs was how it was advertised. No two alike. So we know these two ain't alike. Kind of a plastic wrapper. But I like them. And they're unusual. I do have the large ones, a set of 6 of them. And I just brought 2 with me today. I don't want to get them out and bust them up. Mess up a set of 6. A lot of people want one of them, and I can't part with them because they're in a set of 6. So I can't do it. I want to, but I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. Let me get these out of the way. We'll leave that bottle of joy there because we all need more joy. Joy of the Lord is our strength. Let me share this one with you. Here's a throwaway chocolate soldier. Unusual because guess what? People drank them and threw them away. Now I love the refund bottle toy soldiers. And I got a vast collection of them. This was gift to me. Throwaway chocolate soldier. Only one I got. And I love it. I love it. Remember the Christmas cross and the cake, the Jesus cake I made? You saw a picture when I was in North Dakota displayed at a laundromat. It's the only bottle I got left. Drank a ton of those to be able to make that cake. Folk art. Art is everything. Art is everywhere. And everything is art. So beautiful. Thing I like about pop bottles, you buy the soda, you drink it. Guess what? You got a piece of art in your hand when you get finished. Throw away Big Red. Unusual, big size, 32 ounce, 1 quart Big Red. No refill, dispose of properly. Well, it disposed right into my collection. I used to drink Big Red in the refundable bottle. And the bottles then that was worth about as much as what you paid for the soda. If you didn't have the refundable bottles, you had to pay more. I love this Big Red. I used to drink Big Red and Moon Pie. Now this one's got Go Hogs on it. These Arkansas Razorback fellas would have a fit over that bottle, wouldn't they? Now let me go to one that I drank today. I'm going to show it up close. Real sugar. Real sugar. It's a bitter orange. It's sparkling in an original recipe. And novelty stores sell these all along Route 66 and other places. It's got a rooster and a bull on the front. Name of it is Cock and Bull Bitter Orange. So it is bitter, but it has a nice little taste. And so I'll drink it, and then guess what? It goes right into my collection. Now earlier I showed you and talked a bit about a Fresca 1967 Fresca. Right there. Unusual because sugar-free Fresca, low-calorie beverage. There wasn't a lot of low-calorie beverage back in the 60s and 70s. First one out, I believe, was Tab. It read like a medicine bottle. This only had 2.5 calories per 10-ounce serving. Wow. I just had a chocolate-dipped cone. I wonder how much calories that was. Now here's, I talked a minute earlier about the Uptown soda. In part 4 I talked about it. I actually got this in Canada. It says on the back it's half in French. I love that. That's highly collectible. You get both languages. 2 for the price of 1. Pure sparkling refreshment. I won't read it in French and bore you with that. Chop it up. I'll get emails from Canada and France and everywhere else. I can talk 20 languages. I speak 20 languages, and I can say bathroom in all 20. Restroom. Bottled under franchise, Canada, Uptown in Ottawa. Now, I spent a lot of time in Manitoba, and I've been to Vancouver right after I got out of Bible college. I graduated Christ for the Nations, Dallas, Texas. Recently, I was in a hotel, over 100 years old, 100-year-old hotel, and guess what? They had it boarded up. They took the boards off and let me in there, and I found some bottles. I asked for them, and they gave them to them. Ask and you shall receive. Of course, all I can say is no. Suncrest. Now, it's not that old. It's, from the 70s. But, it was preserved well. It's clean. And this was a famous brand, a common brand. And just a beautiful bottle. And lastly, last bottle for today in our pop art, a 1947 Hires root beer. It is 26 fluid ounces. 26 ounces. It says right on there, real root juice. Don't know if I wanted to know that or not. And on the back it reads, finer flavor because of real root juices. And their main office was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bottled by the Charles E. Hires Company. I'll tell you something, when you can get a soda company named after you, you're running in mighty high cotton. 1947, look at the raised glass on the bottom, Hires. I'm telling you, they put love in the bottles back in the day. And you remember, some of you do, they had a type of foil on some of the bottles. Now they're hard to come by. Why? Young people, they put the foil off. They peeled it off, put it down in the bottle. Things like that. Then they had styrofoam. People chewed on that, and then they drop it down in the bottle. So to find them, these are very rare. And they're throwaways, but everything's collectible. Everything is collectible. And so you collect. Now, over here in one of these bottles, I noticed something rolled up. Let's see what it is. All right, I see what it is now. It is a poem. April was National Poetry Month, and this is a pocket poem where on this certain day in April, or really the whole month, you kept a poem in your pocket, and when a fellow poet or somebody come up and wanted to hear a poem, you read them a poem. So I'm going to read you this poem, and it's about an elephant. And the title is Ella Telephoning. Now, once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephant. No, I mean an elephone who tried to use the telephone Dear me, I'm not certain quite that even now I got it right. However it was, he got his trunk entangled in the telefunk. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telefee. I fear I better drop the song, or Ella Thorpe and the Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards. Well, thank you, Laura. That's a very beautiful poem. And this is Duane Henry Hoefer Lyon, the people's poet. Somebody told me today they read my new poem. Go on YouTube. We've got over 30 teachings and poems now. I wrote a poem and published it called Tootsie Roll, the Loving Bear. And she said, Duane, you're always for the downtrodden. Well, when you've been under hoof, much as I have, you are for those you feel like and who's around you. And I'm known as the people's poet by the media because I write poems from people, of people. People provide the material for my paintings, for my poems, for my writings. They provide everything I need. If you just listen to the people around you, they're full of treasure. So I'm proud to be known as the people's poet in that world, and I am an international street preacher, missionary, traveled 70 countries, 47 U.S. states. I've been blessed. I've lived 10 lives. I've been in a little bit of everything, but I thank God for His mercy, and He's been good to me. Well, while I'm here, I wasn't going to do it. I'll bring this in. Looky here. Recently in Crestline, a dear lady made me this cross. Folk artist. I runs a shop in her house. She gave me a couple of them, no charge. I never met her. She's out of town. Contacted her son, said, give these to the street preacher. It says, believe. Made out of wood. Isn't that beautiful? You won't go to Hobby Lobby and buy that cross. You won't go to Walmart and buy that cross. I love Hobby Lobby. I love Walmart. I love the Walton family. They're givers. I like something that Sam Walton's wife, they're both in heaven now. She said it's not what you gather, but what you scatter. Isn't that beautiful? Did you know love is art and art is love? I wrote a poem called I Love to Love. And I'm in love with love. I love to say I love you. I love to hug people. And I just love love. And I'm so thankful for life and for goodness. I hear a train coming by the studio. So it may be time to get off of here. We're still under construction, but we're so thankful that you tuned in. Share and subscribe. We're growing. I noticed we got another subscriber today. And just Google around there, check out our channel, subscribe, and everything new will come to you. There's times I wrote with 4 producers and 3 online, co-produced 13 poems in Canada. I didn't know it, but Brother Eric said, set my own YouTube channel up. A good friend, Barbara, emailed me one day, and she said, Duane, I subscribed to your channel. I emailed her back and said, thanks, Barbara, but I don't have one. Well, I got to check it around, and I did, in fact, have a YouTube channel. So thank you, Eric. And that was about 6 weeks ago. I had a backlog of poetry I've written over the years. And I just got in studio and lived in studio and got all these put to print and also to video. Don't think I will do this forever. I went 13 poems over a couple months and went a couple years, didn't do anything. Then now I've done 30. Very busy and very active, but I do have the time at this moment and a backlog of writing, so I'm able to do it. But I'm running out of backlog, it'll stagger out over time now. But hey, I love you. Thanks for tuning in.